All right, guys, listen up, because what's happening in Cleveland right now isn't just your typical off-season storyline. It's electric. It's the kind of thing that grabs a fan base by the throat and makes you feel like something huge is about to happen. And trust me, I've been watching this quarterback battle at Brown's OTAs very closely, and let me tell you, it's wild. Quarterback is the position everyone's talking about. I mean, it's always a hot topic, but this time around, it's not just about filling in reps. This is shaping up to be a four-man clash that might actually change the course of the Browns franchise. Now, yeah, we've still got the Deshaun Watson situation hovering in the background as he recovers from that brutal double Achilles injury, but the reality right now, the QB competition is wide open. With Watson out, this is the chance of a lifetime for two hungry rookies and two grizzled vets to make their mark. And all eyes are on it. On one side, we've got Dillon Gabriel, third-round pick, gritty, underrated, straight out of Oregon. The guy's got that underdog energy Cleveland fans love. Then there's Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, that's Sanders fresh from Colorado, packing both serious arm talent and that off-field swagger that just demands attention. Add Joe Flacco into the mix, Super Bowl MVP, still kicking in his 18th year, somehow older than the iPhone, and Kenny Pickett, the former Steelers starter trying to reignite his career. It's a packed room. But it was day 2 of OTAs where everything shifted. Most of it happened behind closed doors. Barely any footage got out, but reports started leaking, and I mean the whispers turned into shouts real quick. Dillon Gabriel through the session's only pick, sure, but he also went 11 for 16 with 2 touchdowns. He looked poised, efficient, sharp in that short to mid-range game. Insiders confirmed it, the tape backed it up. So, please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Then Shedeur stepped in and absolutely lit it up. 9 attempts, 7 completions, 3 touchdowns. That's right, 3. And yeah, the numbers are great, but what really stood out? The confidence, the command. This guy didn't look like a rookie. He looked like he owned the moment. Even the vets noticed. Flacco himself said, Shedeur's been awesome, and he's not the kind of guy to throw praise around. Apparently, he had the whole QB room laughing, just vibing with the guys. Pickett didn't even hesitate when asked about Shedeur's presence. He said he fits right in, and you can't fake that kind of chemistry not this early. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't some happy-go-lucky Disney sports movie. This is still a full-on war for the starting job. The pressure is real, and it's only getting heavier. Stefanski made it clear, don't read into who gets which reps, that stuff changes day to day. What matters is what you do with your chances, and so far, both rookies are doing a lot with theirs. But not everyone's sold. There's already some criticism surfacing, like that viral clip from Mary Kay Cabot, where Gabriel's throw got swatted at the line by Michigan beast Mason Graham. That's all it took for the internet to start questioning Gabriel's height, asking if he can even see over the line. Fair concern? Maybe. But Stefanski and his staff aren't blind, they're watching everything. And with Shedeur, yeah, he's got the flair, but there's also a minor hitch in his mechanics. Observers are saying he tends to pat the ball before he throws. Sounds tiny, right? But in the NFL, even a split-second delay can change everything. Still, the dude's instincts and accuracy are hard to ignore, and let's be honest, that magnetic presence? It's real. It's not just the quarterbacks grabbing headlines either. Some big names were missing from Wednesday's session: Myles Garrett, Deontay Johnson, Greg Newsome. It raised some eyebrows. Stefanski stayed cool about it, reminding everyone these are voluntary. No panic. Garrett? He was literally in Tokyo, walking the red carpet at an anime award show. That's how wild the offseason gets. But hey, he's earned that. The man's the reigning Defensive Player of the Year and has the owner himself pushing him to be a more vocal leader. Everyone in Berea believes he'll rise to the occasion on his terms. These OTAs, they're not just about depth charts. They're revealing something deeper. A new identity. A mix of rookie confidence and veteran toughness. And Browns fans can feel it. Something's different this year. So, let me ask you this. Are you already backing Shedeur as the future of this team? Is Dylan Gabriel the quiet assassin we didn't see coming? Or will Flacco or Pickett remind us why experience still matters? Hit those comments. I want to know where you stand. Because make no mistake, this QB competition is rare. Not just because of the stakes, but because of the vibe. It's not toxic. It's competitive and collaborative. When Gabriel and Shedeur hit the field, they're not just fighting for a spot, they're changing what leadership in Cleveland looks like. And both are showing serious flashes of long-term potential. Shedeur's 7-for-9 day with 3 TDs? That's not a one-off. That's who he's always been. Just look at what he did at Colorado, over 100 school records, Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award winner. The man's resume is solid. But don't sleep on Gabriel either. He's got that quick-fire, consistent rhythm in the short and intermediate game. That one pick in practice? Just a bump in the road. And from what I've seen, his calm, under pressure shows he's built to bounce back. And let's not count the vets out yet. Flacco's still hungry. He's not here for a farewell tour. And Pickett's chemistry with new wideout Deontay Johnson? That could be a secret weapon. They've worked together before. And if that clicks again in Cleveland, things could get very interesting. Stefanski's staying patient. He knows fans want answers, but clarity's not the goal in May. Progress is, and right now, I'm seeing chemistry reps rhythm. That foundation is getting poured. So Browns Nation, what do you think? Is the Sanders era about to begin? Is Dylan Gabriel going to shock us all? Is Flacco not done yet? Or is Pickett ready to rise from the ashes? I want to hear all of it. Drop your take in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed because this is the kind of inside coverage you don't want to miss. Now, let's switch gears for a sec because I got to talk about one of the most misunderstood storylines this offseason. It's about Shedeur Sanders, and no, it's not about touchdowns or stats. This one's about a rumor that got totally out of control. It started with a tweet. You probably saw it. One of those flashy football aggregator accounts claimed Shedeur had dropped $500,000 on a custom Rolls-Royce. Boom. Internet blew up. Fans, haters, everyone jumped in calling him flashy, distracted, egotistical. But here's the truth, he didn't buy the car. And he called it out immediately. I'm focused on my team, not a car. That's what he said. No teatrix. Just honesty. He shut down fast. And in a world where silence often feels like guilt, that kind of transparency, it hits different, especially for a 5th-round pick trying to fight his way into the league. This wasn't just about killing a rumor. It was about controlling the narrative and letting his actions speak louder than any gossip ever could. Let's rewind to draft weekend. Pick after pick, Shedeur kept sliding. Until day 3, round 5, Cleveland made the call. He didn't pout. He didn't throw shade. He got to work. And that's where real grit comes from. Not hype, not headlines, but silence and grind. That's what he's bringing to Cleveland. So, now I'll throw this one to you again. Should players clap back at social media rumors? Is it accountability or a distraction? Let me know in the comments. Because in today's NFL, teams don't just draft talent. They draft narratives. And Shedeur's story? It might just be one of the most compelling ones in the league right now. Especially when you consider how much this team has riding on the decisions they're making. Remember that top 5 draft pick they had? The Browns traded down, didn't give up the top 5 entirely, just move around. Strategic, not desperate. And what did they get? Mason Graham, defensive monster. Michigan product, total game changer. They signed him immediately before he even took a snap. $40.8 million rookie deal, $26 million signing bonus. You don't do that unless you know this guy is your cornerstone. His college numbers? 46 tackles, 7 for loss, 3.5 sacks. He helped carry Michigan to a national title. And now, he's anchoring Cleveland's front line. All right, let's talk about the weakest link in the division right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And believe it or not, Mike Tomlin, yes, the guy who's been the definition of consistency for almost 20 years, might actually be coaching for his job. That's not a rumor I'm tossing out. That's what it feels like right now. No playoff wins in 8 seasons. For a franchise with 6 Super Bowl rings, that's not just disappointing, that's a slow-motion collapse. This isn't a cold streak. It's a free fall. And it all comes back to one major issue, quarterback instability. For the 4th straight year, Pittsburgh is rolling into Week 1 with yet another new starter. Mason Rudolph? Will Howard? Aaron Rodgers if he unretires again? It's pure chaos. And if Rodgers does show up and flames out, or worse, takes the check and retires midseason, Tomlin's legacy could be done. Just like that. Now, shift your eyes over to Cincinnati. Another storm is brewing. The Trey Hendrickson situation is spiraling out of control. The guy gave them 17.5 sacks in back-to-back seasons. He delivered. And what does the Bengals front office say? Sorry, we don't have the cash. Why? Because they dragged their feet locking up Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and now those deals are financial nightmares. Here's the brutal truth. Hendrickson was half of the Bengals' sack total last year. Not some, half. If he walks or holds out, they are toast. Dead last in sacks isn't a take, it's a fact. 1/3 of their total pressure rate came from him. You take that out of the equation, and that Bengals defense becomes a paper tiger. And in the AFC North, that's a death sentence. Now, let's check in with Baltimore. The Ravens calm, cool, steady, maybe even a little too predictable. If they win the division this year, it'll be history. No team has ever won the AFC North 3 years in a row. But here's the thing, we've seen this story before. Double-digit wins, hosting a playoff game, and then coming up short of the Super Bowl. It's like clockwork. Ravens fans call it consistency, I call it hitting a ceiling. Every single time. Now, let's bring it back home to Cleveland. Oh, yeah, this is where things get beautifully chaotic. Let's talk about the quarterback room, which might just be the most explosive in the entire league. We've got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and maybe a miracle return from Deshaun Watson coming off double Achilles surgery. That's not depth. That's a controlled demolition. Now Flacco's probably the safe bet for Week 1. The veteran, the calm hand. But let's be honest, he's 40. He hasn't made it through a full season since 2017. Are we really betting on him staying healthy, or even staying in the lineup for 17 games? So then what? Are we tossing rookie Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders into the fire midseason? Because here's the kicker, that fire might be in London. That's right, Week 5, Browns versus Vikings on international turf. Do you want a rookie making his first NFL start across the ocean in that kind of pressure cooker? That's not just risky, that's setting the poor kid up to fail. So here's how I think it's going to go down. Flacco holds it down through the first 6 weeks, London game included. But the pressure? It won't go away. The questions? They'll only get louder. That spotlight is going to get hotter every single week. Because this division, it's transforming in front of our eyes. The Steelers are staring down a regime collapse. The Bengals are bleeding out on defense. The Ravens are stuck on repeat. And the Browns? We're uncertain, yeah, but we're absolutely loaded with potential. So, Browns Nation, what do you think? Is this the year we rise? Is this quarterback room a full-blown crisis or the wildcard spark we've been waiting for? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you're tired of the same old surface-level takes and want the real breakdowns, no fluff, no clickbait, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Because something is brewing in Cleveland, and it might just shake the entire NFL. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.